Hey there, gang. Do you like old comic books? Well, I've got just the thing for you. We're going to do an unboxing. I think we're going to do about half of this particular box in this video. And these look like some older books, maybe mostly some Silver Age stuff. So, if you like old comics, stick around. We're going to have some fun. Hey there, Bubby. Welcome to Shanghai. My name is Duke, and this is an unboxing video. Now, if you've seen these unboxing videos before, you've heard this, but please bear with me. There might be some new folks in the crowd. I am grading these for sale on eBay. The seller name is .com/comics. I have no idea what is in this box. The owner of the company has sorted through collections that we purchased from all over the world as they come into our warehouse in Freeport, Maine. He sorted through those books and sent them into different revenue streams. The big books go to CGC, where they get graded and slabbed, and those are auctioned off on a site called comiclink.com. And then a lot of the books, the rest of them, they either go in our store, .com/comics, the retail location in Freeport, Maine, or they end up on eBay, either multi-book lots or what we call singles. And that's where I come in. I do the grading for those books, so I never know what's been sorted into one of the boxes set aside for me, but I have a good idea that it's usually going to be a book that we would expect to sell on eBay for, say, between 10 and 100 bucks all by itself. Otherwise, it would have gone into a multi-book lot if less than that, or to CGC and then to comiclink.com if more than that. But even so, I think we've got a lot here that we will have some fun looking at and talking about. And the reason I do this is just because, I've been collecting comic books actively for nearly 50 years, and I just enjoy sharing that kind of awe of discovery. And sometimes, it's hard for me to really pull that enthusiasm because I see a lot of things over and over again. Such as this issue in just the last video that I did, which for you probably, as I post these, will have been yesterday, but for me was about 5 minutes ago. I just saw this exact book. So there it is, Detective Comics 332, the nice Joker cover there from the mid-60s, a little switcheroo. Here's a bit of an older book. This is Detective Comics 278, a 10-center. This one is exciting for me as a Legion of Superheroes fan. This is an early appearance of the Legion that is generally not collected when there are, reprint editions. Rather, it's the Archive series or the Showcase Present series or any of the omnibuses. This one always gets skipped, and that's because, really, let's find it here. The Legion only comes in on panel in just kind of the last couple of pages. You can see here. But it is an early Legion appearance. It's within the first, 12 or 15 appearances of the team. And they are integral to this story because the whole deal is that these robots take the place of Superman's pals, and it turns out that it's the Legion that sent him back, a mystery to figure out in celebration of some anniversary, I forget which. And you could argue that, well, it could have been anybody that could have done that, but it wasn't anybody, it was the Legion. And so I count this on my list of Legion appearances as a genuine appearance of the Legion. You get 2 full pages of the characters there, and it's a very early appearance. This, I believe, is before the first series began in Adventure Comics 300. What is this? Well, 1962. So yeah, would have been right about the same time. So yeah, that's a book that really, I think, that's a story that should be in the various Legion archives and reprint collections, but it always gets skipped. This is a classic Legion, excuse me. This is a classic Superman story. I saw the time bubble here. Although in this case, it's just a spaceship. It's not a time bubble. But this showdown between Luthor and Superman you look up on the Grand Comics database, comics.org, and you can find all of the places this story has been reprinted. You know, if you can't afford this particular issue, and this will probably go for, in this condition, I have 30, 40, maybe $50, maybe even more than that. But it's a classic story. It's, you know, Luthor finally gets his comeuppance here with Superman because we are, as you can see, under a red sun. So Superman has no superpowers, and this is on the world. Thorol, I think, is its name, where Lex Luthor is actually a hero. See, everybody celebrating Lex. So yeah, that's a kind of a classic story. This one is this one cracks me up. I'm laughing because I know the story, but I'll share it with you now. So Superman 165, this is an appearance of Saturn Woman. So as you probably know, the Legion sometimes would appear, you know, in the 60s in various places, both as their teenage selves and as their own adult counterparts. So, you know, even, you know, the Legion is 1,000 years into the future. The adult Legion is 1,000 years plus 20. And so anyway, this features Saturn Girl. Where is she? Or Saturn Woman, I should say. And Prody. Can you see that? Well, the problem was that the editor, Mort Weisinger, maybe he commissioned this story beforehand, or maybe he just forgot, but Prody was killed in Adventure Comics 312. So this story appeared, and the fans were like, you know, they wrote in and they're like, well, that can't be. Prody can't appear with Saturn Woman because he's dead. He died when she was still just Saturn Girl. And so they hurriedly introduced into Adventure Comics, into the Legion series, Prody 2. And retroactively decided that the Prody that appears here is actually Prody 2. Here we have Superman 167. And, you know, again, as I often note, white covers are really hard to get in high grade. But that is a nice sparkling white. And the cover itself still has quite a bit of gloss. So, well, actually, I say sparkling white. You've got a dust shadow down here. I don't know how well you can see that on camera. But it presents well up here anyway. Somebody wrote an arrival date there. I assume that's what that is. This one, Superman 172, this is another Legion cameo. And I think the deal here is that Superman borrows the Legion's powers. We can find it. I know they're in here. They're there. Boom. So they somehow, through Saturn Girl's telepathic thought casting, they charge Superman with their powers. Cosmic Boy's magnetism, Invisible Kid's invisibility, Saturn Girl's telepathy. So that was a manifestation of her abilities that was never seen again. But, you know, goofy things happened all the time in the Silver Age. The Triumph of Luthor and Brainiac. Now, is this the one, or was it the other one? Where it's first revealed that Brainiac was a, I think it might have been this other one, where it was revealed that Brainiac was an android. Up until that time, he had always been presumed to be just a regular old space dude. And, oh, look at this. The ownership of statement and circulation, but it doesn't have the actual circulation. I thought it might tell us. So, where is it? All right, I don't think it's this one. Maybe it's this one. What I'm looking for is in the story where they reveal that Brainiac has been an android all this time. There's like a half-page text feature which was like, oh, just in case you're wondering what ramifications that has for Brainiac 5. It was a half page like this, only that's something different. They explained, well, okay, Brainiac 5 is not the great-great-great-great-great-grandson of Brainiac. He is actually the great-great-great-great-grandson of somebody that Brainiac adopted. It's a little convoluted. It's like, why go there? Why go to that effort to make Brainiac an android if it was just going to fudge up everything? So it's just an early idea. It's just an early example of DC being DC, I guess. That's an awesome cover. The Giant Scarecrow of the World. Mystery in Space number 48. The Mirror Menace of Mars. Mystery in Space 52. Here's a fairly early Adam Strange appearance. Number 54. Number 74. That's a classic cover. Mystery in Space 82. And here Adam is given away to Space Ranger. Well, not given away, but he's inside and Space Ranger's getting the cover for a while. Space Ranger you don't see much of these days. Adam Strange is still around, but Space Ranger, he's consigned to limbo. Probably because he, if I recall correctly, Space Ranger was in the future, whereas Adam Strange was in contemporary time. So I don't know how this sputter. I don't know how this team up is coming off, but they're from two different time periods. But it's a complete novel, so I guess they had time to explain it. Kind of a weird pose for Adam there. Weird pose for Alana, too, for that matter. 95. Here is the Legion, 321. I think this is the first appearance of the Time Trapper. Let's take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Dookity-doo. There he is. Oh. And basically, his first appearance, he's just a plot device to get some of the more powerful Legionnaires out of the way so the rest of the story can happen. Here is a appearance of the Legion of Super Pets with some unfortunate paint on the cover. It's not sure exactly what that is. The 8 Impossible Missions. This would kick off Saturn Girl's second term as leader, the first female leader of a superhero team in all of comics. And with this issue, she began her second term. This is the first appearance of the Heroes of Lalor. You got Beast Boy, Evolvo, Gas Girl. The team also includes Duplicate Boy and Life Lass. This, Adventure 327, that is the first appearance of Timberwolf, who at this point was called Lone Wolf. And you can see, even here, having started in 300, even by 327, they've taken over the lead spot in the book. But Superboy is still getting some covers. The Lad Who Wrecked the Legion, number 328. And is this got... Oh no, this is Command Kid. First appearance of Command Kid. First appearance of the Bizarro Legion. 329. I'm chatty this video. So this video is taking a little longer than the last one. Green Lantern. Green Lantern's kind of boring. I forget his name. The upcoming writer for Green Lantern was like, Hal Jordan, he's a punk. Nobody likes Hal Jordan. He's boring. He's not wrong. He was not wrong. And I think part of the problem was, that the civilian identity of a test pilot, there just wasn't a lot to do there visually. Didn't have a lot of story springboard ideas. Here's number 29. This is a classic cover, Green Lantern 31. This is another one that when DC did a skip week stunt event thing back around 2011, 2012, and did a lot of homage stories and covers based on classic Silver Age covers. This is one of the ones they chose. King Batman the First. My goodness. Batman 125. That's an oldie. How oldie? Let's take a look. 1959. Well, that beats me by a few years. Menace of the Firefly with Batwoman. Strange Experiment of Dr. Dorn. That is one strange looking little dude right there. And another adventure of Batman 2 and Robin 2. So Batman 2 was Robin, Dick Grayson all grown up, and then Robin 2 was Batman's son. Ace the Super Bat Hound. Here's some Batgirl action. The original Batgirl, Kathy Kane. Now we're getting into the era where Julius Schwartz took over the editorial reins and kind of modernized things a little bit. See, he's got his little circle logo here. The art is updated a little bit. Still pretending it's by Bob Kane, but at this point, I think Batman's being done in-house. It isn't even being farmed out. The early years, for a lot of years, it was farmed out. Bob Kane, his studio did it, and it was, his ghostwriters. Some of them worked directly for Bob Kane, not for DC. By this point, DC's got the character in-house. Daringly different. 165. 166. Here you go. Task Force X, the original Suicide Squad. Some water damage here, unfortunately. It's Brave and the Bold 37. Here is Brave and the Bold 39. And I would say that's the first 12-cent issue, just because that 12 looks a little funky in that box. Challengers, an early Challengers of the Unknown, number 10. And just like the Sea Devils, the Challengers is something that people claim was a template for the Fantastic Four. Number 21, again, some of that water damage on a few of these books. Number 30. $35. It's a nice shape. Some of these are Challengers of the Unknown, number 38. Big brain member of the group actually got a big brain in number 39. Oh no, I take that back. Prof was the big brain. This is Rocky. So the dumbest member became the smartest. Well, there you go. That's subverting expectations, isn't it? All right, let's go. This will be the last stack for this video. And then the next video we will pick up at the with the rest of them. So here's an X-Men 26. Back to DC and early Detective Comics. Some water damage here, unfortunately. Batman Robot. Oh no. The villain of 100 elements, just 100? What slacker? It's got some water damage too. don't even know what issue number that is. The Secret of Clayface's Power. 312. The Mystery of the $1 Million Treasure Hunt. I bet $1 million was a lot of money back in 1963. Detective 313. Here's Catwoman. Kind of a different costume than you're used to seeing her in. Catwoman kind of came to the Silver Age pretty late. Although this is still, what is this? 63? Is that actually Catwoman? No, that's Batwoman. Ah, I messed that up. Sorry about that. So I am right in that Catwoman came to the Silver Age late as far as Selina Kyle. This is Batwoman as Catwoman. And not the actual Catwoman. Alright, I screwed that one up. No Face. Dr. No Face. 319. That's kind of a neat cover. Got a very Golden Age vibe to it. Detective 322. The Zodiac Master from 323. And you can see here the tonal shift by number 328. I mean, just look at that. From 323 to 328. Look at that tonal shift and kind of the art and, of course, the story directions as well. I mean, if you were a kid, and, of course, this is back when kids actually read comics, so you're 8, 9, 10 years old, maybe 12, and you've been reading Batman, and you're used to this, and suddenly you get this, that would have been some literary whiplash there, Mr. Man. It's 330. 331, we saw this one in the last video, so this was in the last box. And here we're stepping back to the previous version. 262. And you know what? Speaking of tonal changes, just to go back here for a second. So, and I where do I have them? Let's see. If you haven't read it, I have it right here because I was just looking at it the other day. This series from Ahoy Comics, this came out, well, there have been 3 series. The first one is called The Wrong Earth. And then the second miniseries is Dragonfly and Dragonflyman. And now there's another one called, that has just started. The first issue just came out this past week. The Wrong Earth. Oh shoot, I have that in a stack here somewhere too. But anyway, this the whole conceit of this is it's like an Earth 1 and an Earth 2 Batman. And you have kind of the Earth 1, kind of the Earth 2 Batman. It's Dragonfly Man and his partner Stinger, and it's very colorful, and they fight colorful villains, and, you know, Stinger says things like, you know, galloping grasshoppers, and they ride around in the dragon wagon. And then so this is very much a very 1960s kind of Batman. And then the other part is just Dragonfly, and he's got a Stinger too, but there's tension between the two of them, and, you know, where he fights bank robbers and whatnot. This guy's fighting, you know, sex fiends and drug dealers, and and he's more prone to being violent with his various people that he runs across, the bad guys. So this is very much kind of a Copper Age Batman, kind of a mid-'80s Batman. This is a mid-'60s Batman. So you talk about, you know, sort of the difference between these two Batmans, and actually these two would both kind of qualify as this one, because this one is more of the 1980s Copper Age Batman. But anyway, it just reminded me, and I had these books sitting right here because I have just been looking at them. And so, anyway, from Ahoy Comics, either The Wrong Earth or Dragonfly and Dragonflyman. I highly recommend that series. It's a really great series. It's by Tom Peyer, who wrote The Legion of Superheroes in the mid-90s. And so anyway, yeah, that's it's kind of a tangent. But anyway, I highly recommend those series from Ahoy. Back to Batman. Back to the last couple of books in this box that we're going to look at in this video. Here is Detective Comics 269. These guys, the Fox, the Shark, and the Vulture, were kind of a team for a while. They appeared, I don't know, half a dozen times anyway. 253. Then we're going to close out with Green Lantern number 11. Got some water damage, so that's unfortunate. But anyway, there you go. That is the end of this video. Not the end of the box. We'll come back and do the back half of this box. But until then, until the next video, goodbye, good luck, and please be good to each other.